So let's be honest, this YouTube channel has definitely been on the decline ever since I purchased the headache of a rental property that I've been trying to get that investment in order. And in the back burner, I've been holding off on some of my investments, but I thought it would be a really great idea to come out with a quick update on my dividend portfolio for a number of reasons. Number one, YouTube clout, baby. I need to get some of the money to cover a lot of the renovation fixes that I need for the duplex. And reason number two is because these videos tend to resonate well. A lot of people like to track the progress and compare it to themselves. So I figured, hey, it's a perfect opportunity. So let's just jump right in. Now, if you have no idea what a dividend is, well, a dividend is actually a portion of the earnings from a company that is paid back to its shareholders. So you invest in a company. Not all companies pay dividends, but some do. The reason why I love dividends so much is because these companies realize a lot of them are really well financially backed, and they understand that instead of investing back in the business, you may have a better use for that money. They don't necessarily have this growth projection in mind, even though their company typically is still growing. Now, where this gets tricky is that there are some companies that come onto the stock market and they try to trick investors. They form what's known as a dividend trap. And in a dividend trap, they entice investors by offering a really high dividend yield, meaning they're going to pay a lot of money in comparison to their stock price for people to invest in them. However, usually they cut their dividends or remove them entirely. They sweep the rug out from underneath these investors, and a lot of newer investors lose a bunch of money from this.
That wasn't nice.
Now, before I jump into the portfolio and start sharing with you guys exactly how much I'm making and the future projections of this portfolio, I just want to say that dividend income is the purest form of passive income, where you literally don't have to do anything aside from putting up money up front and then reaping the benefits from the dividends.
Congratulations, you won. Congratulations, you won. Congratulations.
Mom! Now, you probably want to monitor your portfolio, make sure your investments are still sound, and make sure that you're investing for the long term. And that way, you're really going to minimize the work that you need to do in order to keep up with your portfolio. Something that's cool about dividend investing is that if there is a stock market crash and prices across the board are going down, well, a lot of investors tend to turn towards dividend investing for a number of different reasons. Number one, they offer a lot of value. A lot of these companies, as I mentioned before, are really well financially backed. Number two, they offer somewhat of a consistent income, stable, predictable dividends that are being paid. And then on top of that, a lot of times the dividend yield is going to increase to match what the company was paying before in dividends. So even though the stock's overall price is going down, your dividend income is going to remain the same. And in a lot of cases, it's actually going to go up. So a lot of people ask me where I can find some solid dividend paying companies.
Where can I find some solid dividend paying companies?
That is a great question, and I'm so glad you asked. You can find solid dividend paying companies in a number of different ways. What I like to do right now in the current market is go on to a website that has all of the dividend aristocrats and the dividend kings. Now, dividend aristocrats have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 25 years consecutively. Dividend kings have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 50 years consecutively. And so it's really hard for these companies to get onto this list. So when they're on it, they take a lot of pride, they try and stay within the list. And a lot of these companies already have such great financial backing. Obviously, you're going to want to do your own research, make sure you're picking the right ones, but that's where I'd start. And also, a lot of people ask me, where can I buy dividend stocks?
Where can I buy dividend stocks?
That is also a great question. I like to use Webull Investing. So here's the deal. This video is done in partnership with Webull Investing. Webull Investing is one of the very best brokerages out there, in my own opinion. And right now they're running a promotion where if you sign up with a new account, you're going to get a stock valued between $300 and $300, and you can deposit any amount of money, and you're going to get 2 free stocks valued between $7,000 and $3,000. Bam, this is the trackyourdividends.com website. Really love this website. All I do is link up my different brokerages with this. You can see at the top, I got Webull, Robinhood, M1 Finance, Acorns, all very solid brokerages in my opinion that I use. And every single investment that's incorporated on this list is just going to be a dividend payer. May not have the highest dividend yields. I invest in different ways. I have growth portfolios as well. And some of those actually do pay a small dividend, so I've included them. But overall, just getting into the list, looking at the numbers, we're going to see the summary tab here. $53,000 invested, and might I say that I am super proud of that number. I haven't been investing for a while because of everything going on with the property, but this is a pretty solid start, and we've seen some pretty solid growth from this portfolio.
Yes.
Now on this website, what I love are these tabs at the top where you can see our diversification, upcoming dividends, future values. You can do some research and, education tabs as well. Now, if I go into upcoming dividends, we'll see how much I'm going to be paid on a month-by-month basis. Now, this is an estimate, and obviously dividend companies can stop paying dividends, and some may increase their dividends, some may decrease over time, but this is what we're projected at right now. So this next month is one of my lower months, and it's going to be around $49 for February of 2022. But the month following, it'll be up to $169. And then all the way in July, the highest I'm going to be paid is $274. And the month before that, $208. So right now it's looking pretty solid. This has seen some decent growth. And what I do with these investments is, as I'm paid these dividends, I basically take them, reinvest them into more dividend companies, and continue to grow that number. So if you look back at that chart in January and December, it has the same values as July and June. 274 and 208. Would not be surprised if those numbers increase because of the amount of stocks that I'm going to be buying between now and then. And so if I go into the future value tab, this is probably my favorite. Now, this is prediction based on if I don't invest any more money whatsoever into the stock market and I just reinvest dividends. Now, in 2022, starting with the portfolio value of $51,182 and an annual dividend income of $1,548. If I go over to 2031, 10 years later, we're looking at an annual income of $3,140 and, nearly doubling everything, an $88,351 portfolio. Now, if I don't invest anymore, and let's say 25 years from now, I'll be 50 years old, and what is my portfolio value going to be looking like then? How much am I going to be making? No more money invested. We're going to scroll in here. We're looking at an $11,000 annual dividend with a $245,000 portfolio. Now, obviously, as I get older, I'll restructure this portfolio and I'll go more heavily, probably into dividend investments later on in life. But for now, that's what it's looking like in terms of projections. Really cool. You can toy around with a couple different things. You can look at annual contributions. You can add money as if you were going to be investing. Let's say, for me, let's say I'm investing around $10,000 every year. So I'm going to go ahead and update the chart. Let's see where we'd be at 25 years from now. We would be looking like $858,555 with $38,000 of annual dividend income rolling in. So it's really exciting to watch these numbers grow. That's part of my favorite thing about dividend investing is honestly just watching your portfolio and seeing all the cool things that can happen. And you might look at that $10,000 number and feel overwhelmed, but trust me, once you start investing, once the market starts appreciating, you're going to hit these numbers much quicker than you think. It's going to become a lot easier. And though it's not something that happens super quickly, it is possible to retire off your dividend income. And that's exactly what I want to do. So if you guys want to stick around for those types of videos more like this, then please subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell notification. It is the most important part. You're going to be notified whenever I'm posting these videos. And other than that, thank you so much for checking out this video, guys, and have a great day.